And welcome to a new episode of Philly Sports. Once again, I'm your boy Jamil. To my left,
It's your boy B.
and I
What's
said
poppin'?
I said to my left, and I meant my right, but we're gonna roll with
Yeah,
it though.
whatever. That's all
Yeah,
good.
hey, you know
What's
how we do
poppin'?
it. Let's go, baby.
Yeah. My man.
Oh, man. All right. Hey, ain't nothing to it but to do it. This one here, this got to be all Sixers.
Oh yeah.
All
Oh yeah.
Sixers,
We
right?
wearing it. We wearing it a
All
little bit.
right. All right. So, I mean, let's get right to it. The big move, big
Mm-hmm.
acquisition, PG-13.
Yes, sir.
All right. At first we talked about it before. I wasn't really as excited, right? But then I saw the moves New York made, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I seen some of the moves the other teams were making, and I thought about it. I said, reality is this though. When it comes to free agents, he's the best one out there.
Yeah. And really, there really wasn't any other moves that you could do to
Right.
get yourself in contention other than PG.
Right. And what this tells me is this as well. To some degree, they understand as an organization, Daryl Morey, we in a win now.
Yeah,
We're
you
not
gotta
going
win.
young and giving them time to develop. Like
Nah.
we got to strike with our iron
But
shot now.
actually, they're doing that at the same time. So that's what you learn from this draft, right? They got McCain, they got Adam Bona, and that, like, to me, if you thought that they were trying to get pieces to win now, those guys would have been gone and they would have been traded for.
I'm gonna be real. For who? Okay.
They could have been traded
I don't.
for assets.
Who? I mean, let's be for real. Does McCain really move the needle for you in any direction?
Actually, yeah.
Prior to the PG.
Prior to the PG, actually, yeah. Like, he doesn't move the needle as far as like contention in the East, but he moves the needle as far as depth pieces for sure.
I mean,
I, I like him as a
I'm,
player. I think
I'm not talking about. I'm not saying depth. I mean,
yeah,
like he's your first round pick. Now this is
yeah.
basketball, not football. So we all know outside that top 11, it's kind of you could be a bench player, you could be a G leaguer, even in the
Tyrese
first round.
Maxey.
Max, no, we got the benefit of 2020 because
Yeah,
if there was a March Madness, there's no way in hell he falls to us at what 22.
yeah. No,
But
I agree with that, but I think this is another player on that caliber where he's kind of a steal in the draft. I do think that. I think that he
I hope so.
actually should be like top 10 talent.
I hope so,
I think he's lottery
man.
talent. I personally think. I think he's a really good player. He's tough.
my
He
my
may not look it because he paints his fingernails, but he's tough. I'm telling you.
my 13-year-old son JJ. Shout out to JJ, baby.
What's up, JJ?
He texted me right away.
Hmm.
Yo, that was my favorite play in the draft. I said, really? Like, hey? And he was like, and then I realized
Because he's
that
got 3 million
3
TikTok
million TikTok.
subscribers.
Yeah, I said, oh
Yeah,
my goodness. And I mean, I can care less about that
yeah.
from a basketball perspective. I get it from the organization, get you more eyeballs,
Hmm.
more seats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
It
sure.
kind of gives you like the poor man's like Taylor Swift effect. You got more people watching, more people
Uh,
going, just because
sure.
Taylor Swift is there.
Yeah,
Same thing. You got people watching more and want to go more to the games because he's there. He doesn't give him the court, but because he's there, we'll see.
yeah. He's no.
But
I think he actually is going to get on the court
he just
a
he didn't
little
move
bit.
money. He didn't move the needle for me.
Yeah. No.
I mean, to be fair, no one in this draft really moved the needle for me.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't really like, when you think about the draft,
Mhm.
there wasn't really that one splash player that I was like, man, that is a great pick.
No,
Like, or that kid is going to be special. Like, I didn't really see that in anybody in this draft, and I'm kind of glad where we ended up at.
yeah,
Because at the guard position, um, I think he's shown, especially the college he's in. They're kind of bred to be two way players, obviously offensively, defensively, and he
Mhm.
he had some good defensive stats this year,
yeah,
and I think he is capable. Same with Bona. I think, I mean, obviously, like a later second round pick, he's more than likely going to be a G leaguer
yeah,
for the
for sure,
year.
for sure.
Obviously, since the Sixers signed Drummond as well,
Mhm.
which is a great
We've been
pickup.
talking about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and honestly,
give me that 12 and 6. I'll be happy.
yeah, 12-6 in 9 minutes.
I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they really made some special moves.
So
I even including yesterday, which me and you haven't even discussed yet. Is Caleb Martin.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I like that pick as well
yeah. I'm yeah. I like the pick. I like the
because
pick.
I mean you're coming from Heat culture,
Mm,
so you know that he's defense first.
yeah,
He's defense first. He'll get the boards. Be a scrappy player. Die
he's
for
a
the.
grinder, bro. I
He's a
like that.
grinder. Yeah, and
I
that's
like that.
really what we needed on the Sixers, especially the way they're reconstructing this roster.
So the PG thing, the PG
Hmm.
signing again. I said, that was the best player to get the time, and what I was saying too about being like win now, right? Win now type deal is that we ain't got 5 years for PG to get right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's get it done now.
yeah,
But we talked about it before. We still felt like we needed one more piece,
yeah,
possibly another 3 and D guy. I know DeMar DeRozan was out there for a while. That's who I wanted, just because he's still averaging over 20, 21 points a game.
yeah.
I'll take that all day.
I think you
As a
gotta
starting five.
I think you gotta kind of look at all the points on on this team right now. So
Mm-hmm.
Maxi's gonna average 20.
Mm-hmm.
Joel's gonna average 30.
Okay.
PG's gonna average 24.
Mm-hmm.
There's not enough basketball to go around for everybody,
But
especially if you add DeMar DeRozan. I think
no, those are lies.
nah, I don't think
Those
so.
are lies.
I don't think there's ever been a starting five in the league to all average 20. Like that's just not a thing
I don't
at
need
all.
20. Here's what I need. When Max is having an off day, that's when I need somebody else to step up, DeMar DeRozan, right?
Yeah,
When Paul George is having an off day, that's when I need somebody to step up, DeMar DeRozan.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's when I'm like, no, we can do this.
I don't
We
know.
can do it.
I think that's a little bit short sighted to get someone like
Yeah,
DeMar DeRozan. I don't know. Me
crazy.
personally,
Look at that starting five. You're crazy.
yeah, I don't know. That's a
Yeah,
crazy starting five.
but it was possible.
Anything is possible through Jesus. You know what I mean? Anything.
yeah, yeah.
But
I didn't
yeah,
know you were going that way, but I'm about to hit this. Yeah,
I just came to my head.
I
But
feel you.
anyway,
Won't he do
um,
it? Because,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
but I'm serious though. Like that was a real option for us, bro.
yeah. Now, see, me personally, I would rather somebody on the younger end because this team is already like getting a little bit too old. Um, like
But what did he get?
we were discussing this a couple of days ago. The potential Laurie marketing, which doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Nah,
Um,
it's gonna cost too much.
yeah, it's going to cost entirely too much assets
And they got
and
Danny
draft
Ainge
picks.
over there too, so he's gonna,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. So, but that to me, that is someone who fits in
Yeah.
to the T. Someone who doesn't really need the basketball all a lot. He's a marksman from outside. He can create his own shot. To me, and I know that DeRozan can do that, but he's a mid range player.
I was getting ready to say that. Yeah, yeah, but that's what we need though, bro. How many times you see a whole bunch of um, 3 pointers that ain't going through? Oh,
Yeah,
either sometimes these three balls make or break the game, right?
yeah,
Well, you're like, damn it, 2 points still count. He
yeah,
gonna get you that mid range bucket.
yeah, yeah. No, he is. I just man, I like his game a lot. It's just I just don't see the fit.
I
Me
just
personally,
because what do you
I
get?
don't see
What do
the
you get for
fit.
Sacramento? He got 70 million.
It doesn't matter.
So
He's on
two
the West
years.
Coast now. We don't even got to worry about him.
No, no, no,
The
not
Kings
that.
ain't never getting to the finals, so
No, it's not that. It's just like the price. That's why I said the price
yeah,
actually works. I think it's like 70 million for like 2 or 3 years or something crazy
yeah. I
like
mean
that.
that's a max contract for 2 years almost. That's a lot of
Man,
money for someone who
you get him that. You get him
yeah. No, I mean you. I don't know if that would have took us past the tax apron or not.
that. Pay it.
Yeah, but I think you would have to um make some further moves probably to make that happen.
Man, we look here, man. Look here, man.
I
We
like
talking about the Philadelphia 76ers, right? And which means you are in a top five market,
yeah,
right? In a top five market, you got to spend that money. Now, look at for years, not counting last year or this year, but look at the Knicks, right? New York market,
hmm
right? Huge market. The Knicks, but what didn't they do? They didn't spend the money.
yeah,
Every now and again, okay, we'll get a Mello, or we'll get a um, yeah, one I can't think of Amari
Mark
Stoudemire,
Stoudemire.
but you're getting them and then no one else.
Yeah.
You know, nobody wants to pay that money. Pay that money because the Lakers had no problem paying that money. Boston ain't no problem paying that money. Miami has no problem paying that money. They
Hmm.
figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like baseball. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, the Yankees have 26 championships because they didn't care about no taxes. We're
Yeah.
gonna pay the money.
No,
We're
I
gonna pay it.
understand that, but there's
It's a
a
top
hard
five
cap.
market, bro.
There's a hard cap number that you are
Pay the
that you
luxury, bro.
cannot surpass.
Pay the luxury
No,
tax.
but I'm saying like once you're past that part, you
All right.
physically cannot have any
Start
more
dropping
money on your
bodies. I don't
roster.
care.
Yeah, but who are you gonna drop?
Start dropping some of them
Yeah,
under the bench guys. I don't care. My thing is, all I'm saying is this though: if it comes down to just paying somebody, even if it's we're going to pay you a little bit more than what you think you're worth, I felt like DeRozan would have been a good fit.
mm,
Money to the side, um, but I still feel as though we need one more piece. Um, I don't know how confident are you that this particular roster, as we have it right now, is a potential Eastern Conference Finals roster?
uh, I'm I actually feel pretty confident in this team. Um, I think that you're right that it is one piece away, but you're thinking it's 1 star away, and I really don't think it's 1 star away. I think with the pieces that you have, I think someone like Dorian Finney-Smith is someone that they've been talking about, a nice
Yeah,
3-and-D guy, power forward. That's what you need right now at this time. I think you need depth at power forward and you need depth at point guard
I
or a
don't,
ball handler. It doesn't have to be point guard.
I don't think it's got to be a
Even if you
superstar,
yeah, no,
but
but I
like
mean, you're
the
talking about DeRozan. Like DeRozan
yeah,
is
but
a
that's what I'm saying.
superstar.
But he was out there though. If he's
Yeah,
out
no, I
there,
know.
it's like you don't want the best of the best of
Yeah,
what you got out there.
I think there's only one ball, and it's a little short sighted to me to get someone like DeRozan where he kind of needs the rock. I mean, like
I mean,
that's the way I say it.
he
But so does Joel Embiid, the MVP
and
of the
that's what I'm
league,
saying.
and
I,
so does Maxi.
I think we're not giving DeRozan enough credit because he's only been in situations basically that the ball had to be in his hands, except for when he's with Toronto with Kyle Lowry. They shared the
Yeah,
rock.
yeah,
But think about it, he went from Toronto to San Antonio. The ball had to be in his hands.
yeah,
Went to San Antonio up to the Bulls. The ball had to be in his hands. I think he can adapt.
yeah,
I think he could definitely it might be a little bit of relief, some pressure off the shoulders to be like, yo, I don't have everything doesn't have to run through me, right?
yeah.
But I
So you're
can
saying it might make him a little bit better of a player?
right.
I,
I think it relaxes everybody. And again, because we know there's going to be days where one of them is going to be off.
yeah,
We've seen games where you can have even with James Harden, Maxi, and then Embiid, 2 out of 3 can be off.
yeah,
So those things happen. And I just felt like he was a good. It was worth a push. I don't know how much of a push they gave. That report hasn't come out. I don't know, but if we didn't even really give a push, that would
yeah,
upset me.
yeah. No, I understand what you're saying. But like I said, I'm just right now. I'm looking for power forward depth. I'm looking for ball handler depth. I'm not looking for a start. I'm not looking for any more starters.
Let me
I think you kind of have. I think you kind of have a good situation as far as your starting rotation right
make sure a question. Besides a 3-and-D, right?
now.
So you say you're looking at depth at the 4. You're looking for a 4-star, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. It's real shit.
Well, forward in general, not really. Not really. It doesn't have to
No,
be the four.
well,
It just has to be a
I'm
forward.
saying the 4 because
Yeah.
it's what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
The 4, because I've been saying it. Paul Reed is a 4
Mhm.
that they're trying to make play a 5.
Oh well, he already got waived, so
I know, but but my thing was, what you're saying, we needed a 4. I was like, if we're looking at 4, and if you're looking at Maxi, and B, PG for your scores, would you take a Paul Reed as your starting 4 solely for boards and defense?
no,
Okay, just asking.
I wouldn't. I don't think Paul Reed's good enough to be in a starting rotation in almost
But we've
anywhere.
never seen him play the 4 though.
I know, but I just don't see. I don't see how effective he could be in today's NBA
I I
as a
I,
four.
I think
He's really just he's not a rim protector. He's not really a good defender. He fouls too much, entirely
well
too much, which he's gotten better.
but
but
see, here's my thing
he's an
though.
energy guy.
He
That's
never
all
got it.
he is.
I don't think. I don't. Here's. I'm gonna be real. I think him coming to the Sixers was not good for his career. And what I mean by that is that again, he was not a five. Like he's not going to be good against other fives. You know what I mean? He's not going to be good guarding other fives. He's not. He doesn't have the size. He's always undersized and not skilled in that position.
Yeah.
But guarding, but being a long four
Hmm.
on just on defense, just give me some boards
Yeah,
and some
he's
defense.
just really not that good of a defender though. Is what I've
Yeah,
seen
I
from
just.
him in his
You're
career.
probably right.
Regardless
You're
if he's
probably right.
playing the 5-4, I really just don't think he's a good. He's very undisciplined on defense, and we've seen it time and time
Mm.
again where he's just looking up in the air like
Man,
he
it's
knew
true.
that
It's
he
true.
messed up. Um,
B-ball Paul,
but
it's been
someone,
real.
yeah, it's been real b-ball Paul. Like he's still a fan favorite. We still love him. You know what I mean? We
I
still,
never did. I told you
yeah,
before. I didn't give a fuck if his name was John Smith. Like
yeah,
you got me no buckets, bro.
yeah.
B-ball. The best thing you've ever done was have a cool nickname, B-ball Paul. That's it.
Yeah, I mean that is a cool nickname.
Yeah.
But no, I thought the dude was a solid player here. He's just not what we need right at this moment. Like I said, someone like I know for a fact that they're pursuing someone like Dorian Finney-Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I know that for a fact, and that is a great pick because he's still somewhat young. He can defend
Mm-hmm.
like crazy. He's a solid defender, and he can shoot the three. And that's exactly what Caleb Martin is brought here for too. He's here for the scrappy play, um, the
Well,
open 3 pointers. I mean, I know that Caleb Martin. I think he shot like a 34% clip from last year, but I think also a lot of that was Miami's offense was trash last year.
yeah.
So he was trying to do too much. I mean, they didn't really have a lot of options on offense last year.
So have you heard
So I
anything else on Garland?
Oh nah, but that's I don't even think that's an option for a team at this time.
It'd be a trade,
Yeah, I don't
but
even.
I'll take that trade.
I
Let him
like
run point.
Darius Garland because he's young.
I'll,
I
I'll,
do like him.
I'll take that trade and let him run point all day.
Yeah, no, I like Darius Garland. But I just don't really see the fit for this team
What?
once again.
What?
I
What?
just don't because
Let me clear my throat.
because
What?
Maxi, no matter what, he's gonna be your point guard this year. It is what it is. That is the position he's trained to be in at this time. I know that he's not a natural point guard.
I mean, he's been
He's
playing
not.
it too.
He's playing the two with who?
He's been playing it too.
With who?
He played the two
On
with
what
James.
team?
He played the two with James. James played the point.
Yeah, but what about last year?
He was playing it too.
No, he played the point guard the entire year. The
And some
entire
two.
year.
He
No,
played one. He's a 1-2
he did not.
hybrid.
The only time he played two was at the end of the season, probably when Kyle
but
Lowry had the ball.
but yeah, and my point though too is that if you bring Garland in, Garland can play the point. He can play the point, and which allows Maxey to play the two. Because here's how I see Maxey. This is real shit. Here's how I see Maxey is that if you let him play the two, he reminds me of a young Steph. The one thing they said why it was so hard to guard Steph because he never stopped moving.
Hmm.
Never stop moving. And
Yeah.
what's the one thing they say Maxey does? Never stop moving. They said Maxey runs about 2 damn miles every game
Yeah.
because he never stops moving. Let somebody, if you give somebody like Garland to play the one, and now he can play off the ball, he can do some catch and shoot, he can tire defenses out. But that falls into our favor. You know what I mean? Especially when you got Embiid, who's not going. He's not an agile big, right? So he's always going to be where he's going to be.
Yeah.
So if you can run around and you can draw defenders away
Hmm.
from those spots, to me that's a win-win. I think, and then you have Garland where if you're not there, he's going to get to the bucket, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You want like an all-star team on just the Sixers. That's what you want.
I want
you
a
want
ring,
the all-star team.
however it
No,
may
I
come.
know. I know. You want the
However it may
all-star
come.
team.
But
Like it's a little crazy.
you know what? No. I'm going to say that because you know why? Outside of the West, let's
Mhm.
be for real. When you look at the last, so you look at the West, you look at the Nuggets. It was a two-man game with a two. I'll say 2.5, or we'll do a space, two in the
With
possible.
great role players.
We'll say two in the possible because they had Jamal, they had Joker, and they had Gordon. Right? Gordon was the possible. He was like got off the bench guy, but he's
Mhm.
part of that, right? You look at the Lakers, and it was what? It was LeBron, AD, and was Rondo on that team? He was on that team too, right?
What when they won?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I think Rondo was on there. But the point is, but he played the point,
Yeah.
right? And then you go to Milwaukee. Milwaukee was the Greek Freak, Middleton, and Holiday.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know if we have that because my thing is when I look at those bigs, Embiid is the most dominant out of the bigs,
Yeah.
right? But the one thing that like Joker is a passer, he gets everybody involved
Hmm.
more, right? Than Embiid does. Um, he's not. I'm not even counting AD. AD is glass. He just lucky to be there.
Yeah.
But you look at Giannis. Giannis is an agile long because he's only what 6'10",
Yeah.
6'11". He's just super long.
He's like 6'11", I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, but he's super long, and he's gonna run the floor, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can I make just like a quick
Yeah.
thought about those trios that you were just talking about?
Oh, go ahead.
Ours is better than.
I was getting to this.
Yeah.
But then I look at Boston,
Yeah.
and then I look at that and I say,
Tatum, Brown.
Tatum, Brown, Holiday,
Yeah.
Porzingis.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at.
But Porzingis, I mean, he's in a good situation because you have those guards and wings
Yeah.
around you. That's
Yeah.
the only thing.
Yeah.
That's the only reason Porzingis is anywhere near
Bro.
good right now because he's really like almost like a has been who's just in a lucky position.
But he was getting buckets, though.
He was getting buckets because he's
getting
wide
buckets.
open.
But doing your
He's
job.
wide open. He's
Doing
wide
your
open
job.
because you have four other people
so
you'd rather
so
guard.
was Tobias Harris, and he
Yeah,
got
but
a
Tobias
zero
Harris is above
wide
him.
open and
He's
got
gone.
a 0 buckets.
Let's get a rest in peace for Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Gone.
He's gone. Yeah, and
Fucking bum.
everybody, listen, we're happy about that. But no, me personally, I think that out of those rosters that you're saying,
Yeah.
the only roster that I see that is.
I'm not even done.
All right, go ahead.
I'm not even done.
All right, go ahead.
Because
go ahead.
the other team is on the rise. Again, the Knicks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
They're bringing in more and more. You got people. You got Brunson. Martin Mikal Bridges. You're gonna bring back Randall. You got OG. You still got DiVincenzo. You still got Hart. Like you
And
have.
there's only one basketball.
Doesn't
but
matter. But
listen, bringing back Julius Randle makes their team worse. So keep him on the team.
I believe
keep him on the team. It makes their team worse.
I believe it as well. But my point is that like you have depth, but you have people who can still get you buckets. Doesn't matter who it is, and they've proven that we can still get you buckets, right? And what I'm saying is, when you look past our top three, who else is going to you can look at and say, "Damn, he's going to give me buckets."
Aaron Gordon is going to give you buckets.
Well, I'm saying like
Aaron Gordon is going to get you buckets.
We know he's going to. I'm hoping that he does.
He's 100%. He's a bucket getter. That's what he does.
What do you think he's going to average?
I think he's going to average 12 points a game off the bench.
Okay, I'm not talking about 12 points again. I'm talking about
12 points off the bench. That's a great.
Off the bench. Off the bench is great. I'm talking about out of your starting five.
Kelly Oubre gets you buckets.
That's my guy.
Yeah, Kelly Oubre Jr. is going to get you buckets.
Okay, so that's 4.
That's another 17 points.
Who's the fifth? Who's the liability? That's a better question. Who's the liability?
The liability would be Caleb Martin, who averaged 14 points a year last year. And he gives you great defense. There's no liabilities on this team.
Man.
On this starting five, there's no liabilities on this team.
I'm just looking at the history of us as the Sixers.
Yeah.
The history of us is that there's been times where you may get the flash of a James Harden, right? You have a down game, no problem. I'm gonna drop 30.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But then we've seen a lot of times where it's like, shit, you having a down game, you're not getting your buckets. I'm not getting my buckets. You're not getting your bucket. Like, what the hell? Like, you need somebody to step the hell up and say, I'm going to get buckets regardless and not shoot a bunch of threes. But it's like, if I got to get to the rack, I'm getting to the rack.
Yeah.
If I got to shoot this mid-range, I'm shooting this mid-range. You know what I mean?
I got a question. How many times have you seen Gordon out there in Los Angeles just going crazy off the bench? You're talking 24 points, 28 points off the bench. That is a great pickup for this team.
I get that.
That is a fantastic because he's going to shoot 40% from 3.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to provide spacing for the bench unit, which is going to feature the bench unit is going to feature at least 2 starters.
But what I'm saying is though, your starters though, he's not going to be your starting 5.
No, he's not.
Right. So I'm saying out of your starting 5, who's going to step up? That's always been our Achilles heel. We need somebody to step. Here's our Achilles heel. We need somebody to step up when others don't, and then whenever Embiid hits the bench, we drop down significantly. You know what I mean? So it was like, that's why the Andre Drummond signing, I like it. I'm not looking at Drummond for points. I need him just to keep points off the board for the other team and get boards.
But
right?
don't you think, like, these 2 concerns that you're talking about, don't you think that they were addressed? Don't you think those so do you think do you think that Paul George is better than Tobias Harris?
Of course.
Okay. So what's the problem?
But I also know this is a long
Kelly
season.
Oubre, is he as good as Kelly Oubre is?
Two. No, he's better. Come on.
Kelly Oubre is better than Kelly Oubre.
No,
That's what I said. So
no,
Kelly
no,
Oubre.
I thought you said PG.
So did Kelly Oubre get his buckets all last year? Yes.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
I think the team got exponentially better.
Here's the reality of it. We did, right? On paper. We did on paper. What I'm saying is, on the court, what do we know that may happen? Is that Embiid may get hurt, PG may get hurt. Mm-hmm. That's just history tells us, right?
Yeah.
And we also know, 82-game season, no one's going to be lights out every game.
Yeah.
Right? You look at Golden State, especially during their prime years. If Steph was off, it's okay because, Clay was knocking down buckets.
Yeah.
Everybody's, people, where's that at? That's what I'm saying. It's because, like I said, we've seen it too many times. How many times? Look, I think the best team we've had so far in the last 10 years was the 2019 team, right?
With Jimmy Butler.
Right, and all that, right? And let's be for real. Butler didn't have his best series against Toronto.
Yeah, but on paper, right, that team is worse than the team we have now.
On paper.
But
we know what they've done.
I understand.
We got to
see, we're dissecting this a little too early because you don't know how the fit is going to be on the floor, but right now you have to look at it on paper. That's what it is on paper. And I think on paper this team is fantastic.
I agree.
This team has the third shortest odds to make the NBA Finals.
I know they went from like 8th to 3rd or something like that.
And that's telling you that this roster construction is going to work.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying, I know reality. We know reality is that they're going to have off games. And who do we have? Who are we going to look at? Sometimes you need another option to look at and say, I need you to step up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think there's plenty.
When you look at Boston, they had that. When you look at Milwaukee, they had that. Because when Giannis couldn't do it or Milton couldn't do it, Holiday did it. You see what I'm saying?
No, but I know exactly what you're saying. But listen, Paul George is going to do it if Joel Embiid doesn't have it, or if Paul George doesn't have it that day, Maxi's going to get it done.
I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm not going to downplay. I'm not going to poo-poo the Paul George. I love it. It is what it is, right? But I can't forget what my eyes saw.
Yeah.
And your last playoff game, you and your boy, James Harden, y'all combined for 12 points in the playoff game.
Yeah, no, I know. And I think
that's what I'm saying.
I think it's a little bit different coaching too. I think coaching is going to have
a coach. He got a ring.
Who?
Ty Lue. You got a ring. You got a ring.
Ty Lue got stepped over. I got no respect for him.
As a player, I'm talking about as a coach. He got a ring as a coach.
Nah, I'm cool.
He got a ring as a coach.
I'm good. If he was our coach, I'd be booing him.
I don't know.
He got stepped over.
He did get stepped over.
Yeah. Nah, he's less of a man for that for
sure. He said, "Pick your face up."
No, I'm not saying Ty Lue is not a good coach. I'm just saying he's like, just because he won a ring. Who did he win a ring with? The Lakers?
No, Cleveland.
Cleveland?
LeBron.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, with LeBron James. Yeah. So no matter what, his legacy is tainted by LeBron James because he is great.
Well, look at Nick Nurse. You're going to look at Nick Nurse and say he only got the ring because of Kawhi Leonard?
Because Kawhi didn't win anywhere else. LeBron did.
Kawhi did too. Kawhi won rings for San Antonio. What?
Are you lying to me?
I'm betting money. Kawhi Leonard won a ring with San Antonio, bro.
What year?
You don't know? What?
No, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. Tim Duncan has been retired before the time he got there.
He played with Tim Duncan, bro.
Kawhi Leonard?
Yeah.
Oh, yo, you were tripping,
played with Mano Ronaldo. Are you playing?
Kawhi Leonard?
Yo, I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Tim Duncan is like 48 years old.
Hold on.
This bro.
Kawhi Leonard championship. I always played me when I won this.
Listen, if you're right, I'm sorry, but I said there was no way that he won a chip in San Antonio.
Yeah. Right there, Kawhi Leonard. Hold on,
I must be tripping.
Speaking of what you're saying. Yeah. Right here, let me see. In the rematch, the Spurs defeated the Heat 4-1. Kawhi Leonard was named Finals MVP.
That's crazy, bro.
You remember that shit?
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, that's
he
actually
locked down
wild.
LeBron. LeBron made the comment when he saw that Kawhi Leonard was guarding him. LeBron made the comment, "Damn."
That's
He
actually
said,
crazy.
"Damn," when he saw the claw. Yeah,
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
yeah,
I didn't even know
yeah.
that. I didn't think Kawhi was
Mm-hmm.
old enough to play with those guys. The
Yeah,
Manu Ginobili's,
yeah.
Tony Parkers,
All that. Yeah.
and Tim Duncan's.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
didn't think
yeah.
he was old enough for that.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. But anyway, he's personally he
Mm-hmm.
peaked, and he's been peaked when he was in Toronto. That was his best. That was his
I
best
don't know
year
if it's
by
that he
far.
peaked. He just can't stay healthy.
Yeah,
He's not.
he's a
If
generational talent if he could stay
I
healthy.
wanted Kawhi
Yeah,
out of the Spurs,
we all wanted them. We all wanted Kawhi.
um, but yeah, like at this time right now, if it was Kawhi or PG, I'm taking PG.
Yeah,
Kawhi
just
doesn't play.
just because of
Kawhi's
health.
damn near a Ben Simmons. Like when does he play?
Yeah,
He's on
he
the bench
plays
all the
about
time.
40 games a year
He's on the
probably.
bench all day. Wearing
Yeah,
street
I
clothes.
mean, yo, so I
Oh
can't
wait.
I
Okay.
can't believe all the Ben Simmons bringing back the Philly talk that I've been hearing
I
on
don't
the
want to hear that
radio,
shit.
bro. Have you listened to the radio? People talking
Yeah.
about these people are crazy.
And
You want Ben
they
Simmons back?
trolls, bro. They gotta be trolling.
No, there's no way, bro. There's no
They
way they're
gotta be
trolling
trolling.
like that. You can't. I can't take myself seriously if I was talking about bringing Ben Simmons back to
No,
Philly.
no,
That is absolutely bonkers.
no. He ain't gonna play.
No, there's no way. I was listening to the radio. This guy was like, "Oh, why don't you bring him back? Have him start off the bench and then see where he's at." Do you think that
And see
he
where
would
he's
be?
at.
Yeah. Do you think where he's at is gonna be like waived? Like, there's no way Ben Simmons could come back here and make
Ben Ben
any kind
Simmons
of difference.
Ben Simmons is the classic story of getting in your own damn way.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons is a 6'10" point guard that I believe if he had put that work in,
It's
listen to folks,
generational talent.
he's a for sure rings or not, he'll be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He'll go down as one of the top 5 point guards probably because of his size, ball handles,
Hmm.
his vision. I can't say his IQ, I don't know it, but his vision, his ball handles, getting to the rim whenever you wanted to, that's undeniable. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But you get in your own damn way. You got your parents constantly telling you that you are the greatest, right?
Yeah.
You're out there in Australia. You're playing with them. They're telling you the greatest. You get over to the states. You play 1 year at LSU. The team doesn't make the NCAA tournament, but you're still the number 1 overall pick, telling you you're the greatest. Brett Brown is cool with your folks. You know what I'm saying? He coached your dad over there in the
Hmm.
Australian League. He's telling you the greatest.
Hmm.
And when it was time for other coaches, other players who've been in this league, who've done this shit, they tell you you need to get in the gym more. You need to practice on this more. Yada, yada, yada. You don't want to do it. You don't want the shooting coach that JJ Redick has,
Hmm.
right? Statistically one of the best shooters of all time. You still want to use your brother. Who the fuck is your brother? Little Jimmy?
Yeah. We don't even know who your brother
Little
is, bro.
Jimmy? We don't want that. He got in his way, man. He got in his
Yeah.
own way. But
For
speaking of
sure.
point guards, we're speaking of guards, period. How you feeling, man? You've been on here many a moon advocating for Caruso, man.
Yeah.
Advocating hard for Caruso. And then he was one of the first ones to get traded in
Yeah,
this
he
free
was
agency
gone
draft.
for Josh Giddey, which doesn't really make a lot of
Yes,
sense
that's where
because
I was getting to.
yeah, no, that
Like
doesn't
that,
really
Josh, getting it too.
yeah. And honestly, like I don't see the upside for the Bulls
I
at
don't
all.
either.
Like I know that he's a younger player, but if you watched any OKC last year, everybody was just sagging off of Giddey because he can't shoot.
Mhm.
Everybody was saying they were like, "What is it? Like? Why are we guarding this guy anywhere past 12 feet? What is the point?"
Oh.
And then he was taking those open shots, unlike Ben Simmons. He was taking the shots. He was just missing them.
But when I saw
Um,
that trade was done and it was just straight up,
yeah, it could have been. It could have.
I said, "Yo, we where are we at?"
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Because
I don't know.
I'm with you. I would have loved that. I would have loved that
Yeah,
trade.
he's a veteran point guard who can really be a floor general for
Yeah,
sure. And that's like
and he stays healthy.
yeah, and um, if you did want to run Tyrese Maxey at the 2,
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's the perfect guy to have around him because he's the kind of guy. He's a guard.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to distribute the basketball. He's not just going to just try and score. That's why all those other players that you're mentioning, Darius Garland, he's a bucket getter. He's a bucket
Yeah.
getter. DeMar DeRozan is a bucket getter. Not that he's not a point guard.
No,
Um,
no.
but I don't think like if you're gonna go for a point guard, you need a point guard, someone who is gonna distribute the ball and understand that I got four of possibly or like three of the greatest players that could possibly go down in history. I mean,
But
obviously it's a little bit early
yeah,
for Maxi, but I'm just saying like you got Paul George who's a perennial superstar, uh, Joel Embiid who's probably one of the most gifted centers that's ever going to touch the floor.
I'm gonna say what I've always said. If Joel Embiid spent more time in the block, not in the post, he would have been the most dominant center we've seen since Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
Not taking away, I'm not saying that he's not. He's the most dominant center we have in the league right now.
Yeah,
But he'd have been the most like dominant force since Shaq. There's nothing you could do with Shaq once he got the ball in the post, bro.
yeah.
There's not a damn thing you
No,
do.
hell no.
There's
He's
only
going to
been
run over
one
you.
player. There's been two. I'll take it back. There's been two players. They give Shaq problems in the post. One was Dennis Rodman, undersized, but he's the freaking worm for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give everybody problems.
And then Yao Ming.
And Yao Ming.
Yeah, but that's because he's like 7'8".
Yeah, he makes Shaq look small all of a sudden.
Yeah, for sure.
But besides that, Shaq had his way, man. If you're a 7-footer, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
You
and
know?
and
that could be Embiid more often.
I agree with you. I agree with you on multiple fronts. The NBA is a little bit different than what it used to be,
Yeah.
as you can see with like Joker. But like if you're just talking about pound for pound, one versus one, no double teams, like none of that shit. Joel Embiid is the most dominant center
For sure.
Since Shaq. It is not even close as far as if you're talking about talent and one, like I'm backing you down and you can't stop me.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid can 100% do that, and he can also make those shots that Shaq never could have.
No, for sure. But Shaq's game was 5 feet from the rim.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
And Joel Embiid can operate. He can operate in multiple places. But yes, if he was, I think the reason that he's not on the block a little bit more is because of spacing issues that this team has had for so long. Because if he's getting fed the ball down on the block, they just rotate and they double team him immediately, and he can't even make a move. But I understand like that's when he needs to realize not to put the ball on the ground or repost. And I think that he showed a little bit of that when he was in the block last year. Like better decisions instead of putting the ball on the ground and trying to make a couple of post moves and get to the rack, to repost and try and get your opening that way. But he still does settle for fadeaway jumpers, and that is the problem. I don't think you ever need. Yeah, and he does settle. He does settle 100%.
Let me ask you a question. Another name, because I'm running everything back you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with a lot of what you said. So I'm trying to think of what could have been the possible solution to those deficiencies that we have seen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And hypothetically, we'll just say, and we'll say he stayed healthy. He's healthy all year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we should have did a little bit more to try to? We couldn't do it because of the salary, but Chris Paul.
Chris Paul would have been. See, now that's a point guard.
That's right.
And that's exactly
where I was going.
That's exactly
general point guard.
That's exactly what you're looking for. If you're trying to take Maxey off the two, it's not to get someone like Darius Garland who's going to try and get his own buckets.
Yeah.
It's to get someone who's going to distribute the rock, someone that every time you like they did last year. I know that he's not a guard, but Nico Batum, every single out of bounds play. He's the one getting the ball in. Mm-hmm. Every single one of them, because he's that important. He knows how to play the game of basketball. Right. And that's what Chris Paul will bring you. Someone like that. Or something like that. He's a floor general. He knows all about spacing. He can get whoever needs the rock. He knows who's hot, who's cold. He knows who's going to slash at what time. Obviously, when you got someone like Kelly Oubre, you can get above the rim. you really, I think it really would make this team a lot better to have someone like that. But at this time, I'm not willing to get someone who's just gonna just try and get buckets.
I hear you.
I think you need a
I
team
hear you.
building piece like that, like a the Caruso, the Chris Paul, like someone like that.
I'm just not mad at the Garland. Like I said, if we traded for him because one, I mean, again, like I'm gonna keep saying, he couldn't play the one, but he's young. So
Yeah,
you know, when you make those trades, you get your investment back as long as they're healthy and winning games. You get your investment back versus a Chris Paul, where like I said, I had to say hypothetically that he stays healthy.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You know,
and yeah, I don't. He hasn't really been too healthy over the past couple of years,
no,
has he? He's dealing with wrist stuff, shoulder stuff,
it's
whatever.
always
I mean,
something.
yeah, it's always something with
But when
him.
he's on the floor, he's
Yeah,
he's a point
and
guard.
I think that we haven't had a traditional point guard in a while. I don't think that James Harden is a traditional point guard
No, he's
at
not.
all,
Me too.
at all, because he doesn't really run an offense. He runs
Who's the
dribble,
last?
dribble, dribble.
Who's the last point guard? Eric Snow. like,
Probably.
like real
And
shit.
even him, I don't even think that he was like
Oh
all
no,
that
what's his
great
name
of a
was?
point guard.
What was it?
I mean, we had Drew Holiday, but
No,
Drew
Drew's more
Holiday,
like a two.
yeah, Drew is he's quite literally like a two. He's
No,
definitely a
I
two.
can't think of his name right now.
On what team? What era are we talking?
Drew Holiday time.
I
Drew
mean,
Holiday
other than
time.
Ben Simmons,
No, Drew Holiday time. It was Oh man.
are you talking about my
Uh
guy T.J. McConnell?
no.
Nah, that's the last time you had a real
no.
point guard. A real,
No.
and honestly, listen,
No.
if you
No.
wanted to
What's
pick
his
up
name?
T.J. McConnell from the Indiana Pacers, I'd be all for it.
No.
I'd be all for it
No.
as a bench piece.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, as your as your point guard off
eighth
the
man off
bench,
the
your
bench.
point guard off the bench. Honestly,
What
yeah,
was his name? I can't think of his name right now. It's killing me. You know who I'm talking about. It's tip of my tongue. He played with. He left us. He played for the Clippers for a while. Shit.
played for the Clippers.
After he left us, he went to the Clippers for a while.
Now that we trade him, because we
Yeah,
trade most of
I
our
think he was
players.
he was all in that whole time period when we started the process shit. Where he was here with Iggy Holiday. Yeah, it'll come to me later.
Yeah,
I'll fucking text
you
you.
know who the best you know who the best player on that team was back in those days was Spencer Hawes.
It's gonna kill me, bro. No, this is gonna kill me.
Spencer Hawes,
I'm talking
man,
about Spencer
what a
Hawes.
joke.
I'm
Just
talking
think about the process, all the
about,
hurt that we've overcame in the process.
what was that boy's name? Miles.
I'm not even 100% sure because I try and drown out the process years.
It wasn't. I don't think it was the process here.
If it was right before the process, that's probably
It
all
was like
drowned out too.
no, we still had Holiday. We still had Iguodala.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank.
it's killing me. I can
Do you know
see
what he
it.
looks like?
Yeah, I know what he looks like, but it's not gonna. What is his name? I was a shooting guard. I was thinking of Lou Williams. That's all I was thinking of.
Oh, Lou Williams.
Yeah,
Oh
I was
yeah,
thinking
but
about Lou Williams.
he's a two all day.
Yeah, I was thinking about this one.
Lou Will,
Yeah.
man, what a great player he was. He was.
Yeah, so the last point guard we really had that we could trust somewhat, I guess, was what Eric Snow.
I mean, Drew
But Drew was more of a two.
and as far as like floor generals go, it's like Ben Simmons kind of was a good floor general
Here's why I say he wasn't. Again,
because he didn't shoot.
the Brett Brown fucking effect.
Yeah,
The Brett Brown is one of the worst things that ever happened to the Sixers. And here's what I mean by that. We kept him way too long. We kept him during the process, right? And as soon as we had the Embiids, Jimmy Butler, JJ Redick, and Ben Simmons, he had to go.
yeah,
Again, the man didn't run offensive plays; he ran offensive concepts. Whatever the hell that means,
yeah,
right? And now it all makes sense when you see a Ben Simmons who would fly down the court with the ball in his hand, get
jump in the air.
jump in the air, and look and see like
Yeah.
who's open now.
Yeah,
Like, come on, man,
there's nobody there.
nobody there,
Nobody's home.
nobody there.
Yeah, so I mean, if I wouldn't be opposed to them finding someone who's along the lines of a floor general, I would not be
Yeah.
upset with that because Maxi um, when he was with James Harden was probably playing like one of the best brains of basketball that we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
But last year, when he was running the point, is really what separated him and made him be
He's
the
a
most improved
dog.
player.
He's a
Yeah,
dog, man.
yeah. So like, one of your things was like, who's gonna get the buckets if someone like Maxi doesn't take days off. He might score 4 points in the first half, but he's gonna give you 20 in the second half because he's gonna heat up.
Yeah.
There was I would say out of 82 or whatever however many games he played. I know he was out a little bit for ankle
Mm.
issue last year, but I could probably count on one hand the times that he scored under 15 points.
No, I get that. I'm just saying,
Like
like,
he gets buckets.
we just know sometimes
I'm
there's going
never
to be
worried
off
about.
days,
Yeah,
and it's like, who, just making sure that we have somebody to count on that can pick that
I
slack.
think I think you got plenty of people. I think you got plenty of people. I think this team is in a really good spot. There's no pessimism here. It's all optimism.
All right.
I think that this team is going to be really good next year, and I think you're still you got to think like it's still not done, right? Like
Right.
you could play the first half of the year and come up to the trade deadline and make such a huge move, a huge piece adding to your team for a team that maybe that player
Mm.
does not fit on the team anymore because they want a salary dump
Like, it's
and blow
basketball,
the
man.
team up. You know what I mean?
It's basketball. If you're a fucking star somewhere and you get pissed off, you get to go where
Yeah, you can
yeah,
force yourself out
yeah,
of
yeah.
situations, but I'm not. I'm really not looking for a star. I'm looking for someone who knows their role and can come in here and make a difference. That's all I'm looking
I'm
for
looking for the
at this
best
point
player
because
available.
I think that at this time your roster has enough star power. It has enough star power to get you in the top two seeds in Eastern Conference
You
and
can
the two
never,
top.
you can never have enough star
Yeah,
power.
no, I mean,
I want them all.
yeah, I mean, I think you could.
I want the ring, man.
Yeah, no, I think the ring. I think the Sixers. Um,
No,
if
I get
if
what
the
you're saying.
Phillies if the Phillies don't get it done this year, I think the Sixers have the potential to get the first ring in Philadelphia.
Um,
Come like if we're starting this year, obviously you got the Eagles who have
Philly's
the
got the best odds
championship.
right now.
I'm saying if the Phillies don't get it done this year,
Yeah.
I think the Sixers could be next up.
Um,
I mean, the Eagles. That team's kind of crazy too, though.
I want to say the Eagles would be next just because how football works.
Honestly, I would.
But
Uh,
we haven't played any games yet,
yeah,
and I gotta see I'm not worried about the offense, but I gotta see the defense
yeah,
on the field because we had some major holes at
yeah,
linebacker in the secondary.
for
So
sure.
I want to see what it looks like. I want to see what it looks like with these young guys, um, because we know, we're gonna get 17 games,
Hmm.
right? So the 17 games, it's not basketball 82 where you can make a mistake and make up for it, right?
Hmm.
So communication is going to be hella key. You know what I mean for the secondary. Um, but with that being said, yeah, I'm gonna go with that just because I mean I think what the Sixers and the Eagles, I think they're both what third or top three for championship odds
Yeah,
in their respective sports.
for sure.
Um, hmm, yeah,
And I think,
I think the Sixers probably would just for the fact of um, they have more opportunity.
yeah,
Football's one and done, bro.
honestly, everybody talks about the Western Conference,
Yeah,
right? And how it's such a juggernaut over in the Western Conference.
East is bad.
Me personally, like the East is sneaky deep.
It's bad.
It's pretty sneaky, how deep the East is. Honestly, I thought even last year that if we ended up getting to the finals somehow, there's not
I
one
thought we were
team.
gonna win it.
There's not one team on the West that I'm actually
Nope.
terrified of.
Nope.
The
Right.
only team that I'd be somewhat worried about is the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the reason being that they got fresh ass legs, young ass kids who can
Mm-hmm.
jump all
Mm-hmm.
over the floor. That's the only thing, and you got to look at the people who they're the Oklahoma City Thunder are going up against on the West. It's all other young teams like the Timberwolves and obviously the Dallas
Tim,
Mavericks. I mean, you got young
so
guys like jumping all over the floor over there in the West.
the West for me, the West for me right now is three teams: Timberwolves, OKC, Denver.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's crazy to think about.
and then maybe the
The
Mavericks.
Mavs beat the Mavs beat all those teams. Like they beat out
Here-
all those teams.
Here's the thing: they beat the Timberwolves, and if I heard one more time that we were tired, I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah,
They play the
yeah,
same
no,
amount of games you play. You're
yeah. I
tired?
mean, that's because Luca's fat though.
No, no, no,
Luca's
no,
tired.
no,
Oh,
no.
you
I'm
talking
talking
about
about
the
the
Timberwolves?
Timberwolves.
Oh yeah, they're way too young to be tired.
You're tired.
Yeah, honestly, I think the Oklahoma City Thunder are coming out the West next year
And here's what
because they had so much cap to deal with. I think that they've probably made some moves, some depth pieces.
it's gonna be an OKC Timberwolves finals.
Yeah, I don't
Western
think the
Conference
Mavs.
finals.
I don't think the Mavs are getting back to the conference
I'm
finals.
gonna tell you why they're not getting back to the conference finals. Luka.
I was gonna say Kyrie's gonna be unhappy at some point.
I'm just saying, just look at off of this off a play. The man can't play defense, bro.
He's too lazy.
He can't play defense. Can't play defense. Can't play defense. Can't play defense.
Yeah.
So you're hurting your team. You brought in Klay Thompson. I like the move.
Hmm.
Klay Thompson's going to get you some. He's not going to be Golden State.
He's gonna get you 16 points a game
Right? He'll play some
and
D.
play good
He'll
defense.
play some good D, right?
I do like Clay.
But you gotta your star and Luca gotta play D. He plays no D, bro. He's terrible.
Yeah.
He's your liability.
Yeah.
Your best player can't be your liability.
Hmm. And I agree. And I mean, we got some questionable like Tyrese Maxey coming into the league was not known as a good defender, but he is scrappy.
He
He's
works.
scrappy and he's fast and he
He's
works.
in the gym all day trying to
Yeah.
get better.
Yeah, and that's the difference between someone like Tyrese Maxey and Luca. I don't think
Yeah.
Luca wants to get better in defense. I think he just wants to outshine everybody on offense.
He's a much,
He's an
much,
ego.
much, 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 much better Ben Simmons. Another kid
Yeah,
came in. You're the greatest. You're 16-year-old, just like Ben Simmons, playing with pros. You're the greatest, right?
I think if
And
Luca,
then you
I
come
think
over.
I think
Come
if
on, man.
yeah, no,
When
I
he
agree.
got here, what did we always say? Oh, he the next LeBron.
Yeah, and I really wish he would pan out that way, but he definitely needs to lose some weight. Like I'm not saying he's fat because I'm fat.
He
You
came
know what I
into
mean?
the league
Yeah,
the best. I mean, the league. Came in the last season, the best shape of his life.
yeah, but the best
And
shape of his life is like a little bit too like he's a little bit too
like,
big. He's a
here's,
little bit too big.
here's my thing.
He needs
Here's
to be
my thing.
slender.
Here's my thing. I don't look at it like that. That might be the best shape for him. It's like Charles Barkley, right? He came in fat. Moses Malone told him, "I don't like you because you're fat. You're lazy."
Yeah,
Right?
right.
He worked his ass off. He was never this lean ass dude, right?
Mhm.
But it worked for him.
He was strong.
The difference is he didn't fuck around though.
Yeah,
On offense or defense. Luka does not want to play defense, bro.
yeah, for sure.
And you can't be a star player, the best player in your team, star player, and foul out of a damn game 7.
I mean, and they're stupid fouls too. Very stupid fouls.
He's
like
no,
take fouls.
He's young. I keep forgetting. Luka's like under what was he 24?
Yeah, he's pretty young. Yeah,
He's pretty young. So he still has some maturity to do.
yeah,
But that team's only going to go as far as he goes. And if he's not in the gym, if he's not working on his defense, if he's not getting his mental right, I don't see them beating OKC. I don't see them beating the Timberwolves.
yeah.
I don't
And
see
I
them
think
beating Denver next year.
I think last year the only vice that OKC had was the lack of playoff experience. There was nobody really on that
very
team
young
who
team.
had that.
Very young team.
But I think this year is going to be a little bit different for them. I think that they have a lot of upside, and that's probably my favorite team on the West. Not that I'm rooting for them or anything, because I hope everybody loses every game except the Sixers. But it's physically not possible.
The East is looking back like it's
Yeah, I mean,
everybody except for Detroit. Think about it. The Knicks have been back.
they actually re-signed that kid in Detroit. What was his name, bro?
Oh yeah.
Who's been hurt for the past 2 years? What the hell is his name?
I think what he got 2-year deal, right? Something like that.
Huh?
Did he get a 2-year deal?
No, he got like a 5-year deal.
Like at the max.
I'm talking about the kid,
I know you're talking
the
about.
light skinned guy. He is he
It's
had
a-
the afro.
yeah. I can't remember
And
his name.
he came in the league and he was a rookie and he was averaging like 17 a game. And they were like, he is him.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt, and he's been nobody
But
at all.
see,
I forget his name.
he gonna say it that way. You staying in Detroit. They fired Monty Williams, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Who'd they get? JB Biggerstaff?
I don't know.
Either way, it doesn't
But
matter.
you fire Monty. Then if I'm on that team, let me be real. If I'm on that team and I want to be a champion, I need to see what are your moves that you're making to help us contend to be better. Because I've seen nothing. So unless you chase the bag, then chase the bag. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And don't worry about the ring.
Yeah.
But I'm not re-signing there.
No, hell no.
Come on, man.
I'll resign anywhere else.
But you got the Knicks bag, Sixers bag, right? You
Obviously,
got Boston,
depending on health,
Indy,
um, Indy, and depending on health, Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
That
Like I said,
Giannis has to stay
all
healthy.
and
That's
then
and their biggest mess up was getting rid of Drew Holiday. Honestly, that was
their second.
listen.
Their
I'm not
second
taking.
biggest.
I'm not taking someone who means so much to that team and trading him for someone who's let's be real about Dame Lillard.
Hmm?
He's about himself. He's about himself and his city that he came from. That's all that I don't see him being a really good teammate at all. I really don't. I don't see him being a good teammate. He just chucks up shots. He doesn't play defense either.
Um,
I don't really like him as far as like I mean, I'm not getting rid of a glue guy to bring in Dame Lillard. Me personally.
I don't
Milwaukee
think
was way
I,
better
I
with
think that was a
Drew.
Giannis push. To be honest with you,
Yeah, well, Giannis is dumb.
I think that was a Giannis push. But I thought Holiday was he was
He was part of
part of
that
the Dame
trade.
trade. I thought he was part of the I thought he was part of the Pat Bev trade.
Mm-mm.
That's one thing about basketball that fucking confuses me. Like,
Yeah, there's different trades. Yeah.
14 trades and shit. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain he was like the headliner in the Dame trade,
Huh.
which is crazy because honestly, like Drew Holiday won a championship this year.
I think
The Boston Celtics may not have won that championship without Drew
I
Holiday.
don't think they would.
What he brings to the table,
I don't think they do it.
yeah, I don't think so. And we need to start talking about him as one of the greatest like complementary pieces that any team could possibly have. Like think about how good he was in Milwaukee that championship year. Think about how good he was this year with the Celtics.
I don't know. I think I'm trying to think.
As far as complementary pieces, he is a
most
great
recent
piece.
complimentary pieces, I would probably say, obviously, Big Shot Bob. Big Shot Bob. If you look at Iguodala, his Golden State years. Um,
Yeah, but Big Shot Bob with who?
Everybody, man, got 7 rings.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
They call him Big Shot Bob for a reason, man.
yeah.
And then Iguodala with Golden State. I can't. My mind.
Yeah,
Like,
Iguodala was a good piece.
Jamal Crawford.
Jamal
was
Crawford,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't think he won any chips.
He didn't win any chips, but he was a bad motherfucker. He's a bad 6 man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean he played most of his latter years with the Clippers, right? And then Lou Williams was
Clippers,
a great complimentary
Hawks,
piece. For,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, as far as complimentary pieces, I mean Drew Holiday's got to be up there.
But here's the thing, though. This is the first time he's been a complimentary piece. He started with Milwaukee.
Yeah, he started with the Celtics too.
Yeah,
I'm saying he's a complimentary piece to other superstars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a complimentary piece. He's not. And I'm not talking about like off the bench. I'm saying like as far as complimentary pieces in that lineup, like Drew Holiday is the glue.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I'll give you that. Yeah.
And I don't think. I mean, who's that guy for the Sixers? Maxey?
No.
He's a star.
No.
I think you need someone who's going to just get down there on the ground and just play defense.
Yeah.
I mean, Drew Holiday is one of the best defending guards that we've seen in a long time.
You made a good point with that one. Okay.
I mean, there's nobody better that I see that could. He's a floor general, ultimate professionalism. Always says the right things.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get you buckets when he needs. He's gonna make a big shot.
Rondo.
Yeah, Rondo.
Rondo's another one.
Yeah, for sure. And that was, I mean, Rondo mainly
he did it twice.
in the early start of his career.
He did it twice.
Yeah.
Think about he did it with the Lakers and
Yeah.
the Celtics.
Hmm. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. So that was the KG,
Mm-hmm.
Paul Pierce,
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen, and then you got Rondo as your complementary piece, gluing everything together. I mean, that's a perfect.
Think about it. The Lakers don't win that championship without Rondo in the
Mhm.
bubble. They
Yeah,
don't win it without Rondo.
yeah, but the Lakers also, if it's not a bubble, they don't win.
They don't
I
win.
don't think that team is good enough.
Right. That's my point.
Yeah,
They weren't that good enough. They weren't even good enough to begin with, but they get there.
yeah.
They damn sure don't win it without Rondo.
No, hell no.
No. Real quick, anything else? Last thoughts on the Sixers?
No, I think we talked enough about that. What do you
Uh,
think?
yeah, I'm good on that. I just want to. You about ready to wrap this up?
Yeah, yeah,
All right, so let's real quick though. Do want to give a shout out to them Fighting Phils.
yeah,
Um, we got a lot of adversity going on
yeah. Hmm.
with some injuries, kind of freaky. A lot of soft tissue injuries, groins and hamstrings.
It's getting hot, boy.
At least they're not long. They're not
Yeah,
lingering.
it looks like Kyle.
Harper is, you know,
Yeah, Kyle Schwarber will be back Tuesday. I think they said.
yeah, I'm okay with
Harper's
that.
right after. JT's after the
Harper and
break.
JT should not come back until after the All Star break.
Yeah. So I think right now without JT they're 13-11, which is it's pretty admirable, seeing what you're losing.
Still best record in
Um,
baseball.
yeah, for sure.
And what are we, 8, 9 games up on the Braves?
9 games.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I'll take it all day.
yeah, it was a rough loss yesterday. Our boy, our boy's been
Ranger,
getting hit up a little bit. But he'll get back to it.
Ranger
I'm
got
not
hit.
worried about him.
Yeah, I'm not worried about. He got hit up, and then Sanchez gets the pitcher of the month in the
And then he gets
NL,
lit up.
and then
And then
stinks
gets
it
lit
up
up.
the very next
Yeah,
game.
but no, but he's a professional. He always wants to get better. You can tell.
Yeah. We got a good squad, bro.
Yeah, our squad is really good.
Oh, real quick, I was thinking about this yesterday too.
Hmm.
JT comes back,
Hmm.
right? He's your starting catcher.
All day.
Right now we have Stubbs. He backs him up, right?
Yeah, I see where you're going with
And then
this.
we got now I can't say his name right.
Marshawn.
Marshawn.
Yeah.
Marshawn's been swinging that bat, bro.
Yeah, he swings that thing.
He's been swinging that bat, bro.
Yeah, but no, it gives you a very good question on who's your backup catcher.
Who's getting traded in the offseason?
Sheesh.
That's the real question.
Yeah.
Who's getting traded in the offseason? Him or
I don't think Stubby comes back. I don't think you could. I know that he's a glue guy. He's a glue guy in that locker room.
He's a locker room glue guy. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
He can sing songs and drink beers.
you could just pay him to be your DJ and glue guy if you want. He doesn't have to touch the field. You can just give him a position like Caleb Cotham. He's what, like 30, 32 years old. He looks young as hell. He could just be your catcher's coach.
Bro, Marshawn is young.
Yeah, he's young. I like Marshawn a lot.
He's swinging that damn bat.
Yeah, and with limited experience. And
this is for the Phillies. Where the applause at? Where the cheers and applause?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Hey, what the Phillies have done is what we have not seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Is actually have a damn farm system.
Develop. Yeah. I don't know.
We got some dogs, bro.
I don't know if you saw this. Wes Wilson, in AAA, he's playing for the Iron Pigs. Since May 12th, he's batting like 320 with like 14 home runs.
Nice.
Since May 12th.
Nice.
That's someone that you. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm kind of tired of seeing Dahl at this point. I would say plug him in instead of Dahl because I'm kind of tired of seeing him and Whit Merrifield.
Yeah, what's not going nowhere, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired of seeing Whit. I'm not.
What's batting what 192 or some shit like that?
Something terrible.
But,
I mean, Cassidy's heating up a little bit. Bryson Stott's still struggling.
I told y'all that Cassidy's he's gonna give you what he needs to give you.
Yeah.
I said he's figuring it out. He had a little slump, but he's figuring it out again.
Yeah, the first third of
because
the
he's
year
getting multiple base hits.
Yeah.
He's getting on base. That's all you need him to do is get on base. Every now and again, he'll sneak you a home run. Every now and again, he might sneak you a double or a triple. But he's getting contact on ball and he's getting on base.
Yeah.
That's all we need him to do because where he's at now, line up, just get on base. I still, to your point, what's the kid's name again from the Iron Pigs?
Wes Wilson.
I'll take him right now. I'll take anybody batting over Rojas.
Yeah.
I will.
No, you got that. that
I gave
base
up.
hit. Did you see the base hit yesterday?
He did,
He
and it was
hit it.
the ugliest shit, the
He hit it
luck of
so.
all lucks.
He hit it so.
That
He hit that
fucking
ball so soft. It was a swinging bunt,
that
and he
dribbler
bunted.
of a
He
dribbler.
bunted. He bunted for a single the other day too.
Yeah, I'll take anybody.
Yeah, you're gonna owe me that bottle in a
That's
little
for sure.
bit.
Whatever you,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
you want, I got
yeah.
you.
Cavassier,
I,
whatever.
I I've
Yeah,
I've
we're gonna get
already
after it.
I've already cashed in my chips, bro. Like I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I want to give credit to
Yeah,
the
the
Phillies.
farm system has been great for
But
sure.
the Phillies coaching staff,
Yeah.
pitching, outstanding, pitching,
Hmm.
hitting, um, doing a hell of a job, man. So,
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah, I think Stubbs is out of here, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be upset. The locker room might be different, but I wouldn't be upset.
Now I know why they had no problem trading. What's that boy name? Hoppy.
Logan O'Hoppe, yeah.
They had no problem trading him.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
They knew what they had behind.
Yeah, to have the depth at catcher is like
Yeah.
it's pretty important, especially when you got someone like JT Realmuto who needs some time off every now and then.
Oh, real quick. Anything else on the flyer on the Phillies?
No.
Hey, 2 weeks. Mini camp. Eagles.
Yeah.
Bird game. 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's time. It's time. It's time to get after it. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for so long. And honestly, it gets a little lonely around this time. All right, when you just got the Phillies, that's all I have to look forward to. And sometimes they're playing on Apple TV, and I got a Samsung phone, and I can't watch it on my phone.
I don't have Apple TV. I have everything else but that.
I mean,
what is with that?
They're killing me, bro.
Yeah,
they're killing me. I'm not watching on Apple TV. All right, you're just gonna lose the ratings. I'm sorry. I'm not watching. I'll just watch the GameCast on SportsCenter.
Man, I was at the
Simple as that.
Playing poker, losing money and watching the game.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but no, I mean, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get basketball and football started for sure. Obviously, the summer league starting up, so we're gonna see what those young kids are about. But Bronny James scored 4 points. And that's it.
That is the worst draft pick I've ever seen in the history of
anyway, we don't need to go with that. Congratulations on Bronny James.
I will not say congratulations to Bronny James.
That one shot that he made, he actually stole that guy's ankles for sure.
That's cool.
But
that's cool.
You made the shot. I mean,
you got drafted.
You sold the clip
over people who are averaging 12, 13, 14 points a game.
Yeah.
More boards, bring more to the table than you do, but your daddy got you drafted. You're going to be on the bench come next season in the NBA uniform, not G League. You're going to be on that bench on the floor.
They signed him a deal.
LeBron's going to make sure that you step on the court at the same time that he does to say that I played an NBA game with my son. Congratulations. Your daddy did it for you.
Yeah.
That is the perfect example of spoiled brat bitch.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn what he says. I don't want my dad involved. I want to do it on my own. You sit here crying when you got drafted. You think you got drafted on your own?
Yeah.
When your daddy's team?
Yeah. And then he wants to expose USC.
It's the same shit as college kids going home.
He wants to expose USC on their organization too. I don't know if you saw that.
Shut up.
Yeah. No,
it's the same thing as a spoiled kid in college, right? Who can do whatever he wants because he knows once he gets out, it doesn't matter what his grades look like. Yeah. As soon as he gets out of school, I'm going to go work for my daddy.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he did.
It's crazy.
I'm not hating the fact you want to play with your dad or your dad wants to play with your son. That's fine. But you shouldn't have been. You're the worst draft pick I think I've ever seen.
You did not earn that.
And I'm serious.
Yeah.
Sean Bradley was a better draft pick.
Yeah, for sure.
And I hated him.
Sean Bradley's ugly.
He was just nothing, just skeleton.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
That's it.
And then we started.
Last thing.
Yeah.
Last thing.
Pick him up.
Michkov is coming. He's coming, baby. Michkov is coming. Let's go, Flyers. Generational talent. I can't
speak Russian names. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care.
How to say them.
I just know from hearing about him, generational talent. Let's go.
All I know is that the GM for the Flyers is going to Russia and stealing these motherfuckers in the night.
Yeah, get him.
Yeah.
Get him. Hey. But that's it, though. Yeah. Michkov. Let's go.
All right. Hey, y'all know what to do. Like, follow, subscribe, share. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend.
Tell your mother.
And we said hello. All right, man. We good?
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.